Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Friday, April 11th, 2025. Do you feel it? Do you feel the world panicking? Do you see what gold is doing? Do you suspect what silver may do very, very soon? I can feel it. Hopefully, you can too. Let's get on and find the best deals anywhere in the known universe. Which is what this website is all about, bestsilvergolddeals.com. Welcome new subscribers, new members, and people just passing by. I'd appreciate a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing here. We are going to find the best prices anywhere we can because gold is on a friggin' tear here. 3,216 up $41 this morning, and its little sister silver is not being left behind, up 36 cents to 31.52. And so not pretty consistent increase between gold and silver. And what I will say for silver at the moment is that there are two huge gaps to fill, and I think we're going to fill them on the upside on silver as people look to what else they can buy that is still cheap. What is still cheap? Silver is still cheap. In the futures market, silver is 31.41, consistent with spot price. The GSR is a nosebleed area of 102.04. Again, silver is the buy. Do not discount this silver metal, this shiny, beautiful, useful silver metal, far more useful than gold in many ways, although not used as a currency currently. But do not disregard silver. GSR at 102, I think that's going to come down. Matter of fact, I will be interviewing the author of Trade the Ratio very soon, Carl Ushanka, and I'll bring that to you, and we'll get his thoughts on whether the GSR is irrelevant going forward. I don't know what he's going to say. That'll be interesting. Let's keep going here. 10-year Treasury a little bit higher this morning at 4.433 as looks like the world is selling our long bonds here. But China does not have as much holdings in 10-year Treasuries as they used to. So, I don't think that's the play. Perhaps other countries are, perhaps people are worried. But I do think these rates will resume their downtrend as the recession materializes. The dollar is just getting whacked. Okay, people are definitely selling dollars, and it had a date with 100, as I've been saying for quite a while now. 99.79 on the dollar, and that is going to cause, it has a consequence, okay? In case you're not aware, precious metals, at least for today, are priced in US dollars. And what do you think the price of silver looks like in the euro? Okay, here is the chart. I'm not sure you can see that, but did you know that the price of silver in the euro and many countries around the world that rely on U.S. pricing of metals in dollars, look at where silver is at on a 15-year look back or a 20-year look back on silver. Silver is actually near an all-time high in the euro right now. That means if you're going to buy silver outside the United States, you are probably going to pay what people were paying back in 2011 when our price was $50. So think of this as $50 silver around the world, and we're getting it for 31, guys, and not for much longer. Do not discount this metal. I'm going to keep saying it. Copper prices on a tear this morning, up 11 cents to 4.45. Some huge gaps to fill in the copper market as it was well over $5, but starting to come back. All right, in the economic calendar today, we have the PPI coming out in about 22 minutes. I may or may not catch that, but not sure what that will bring, but we'll see what that does to the markets. In terms of the markets, the stock markets, very, very volatile. And of course, we have Dow futures up. Boy, that reversed just a minute ago. It was down a minute ago. Dow futures up 113, S&P futures up 20, NASDAQ futures up 84, and Bitcoin, which I can never find, I think is around 82,000. There it is right there. Yeah, 82,053. Bitcoin up 2,391 as the stock market tries to recover its footing here. All right, before we get on to the best deals anywhere I can find, the question of the day. Good commentary in the chat room this morning. You can find that at the top of my website. And, well, is gold unaffordable? Now, that begs the question of, do you have to buy an ounce of gold? And if you have to buy an ounce of gold, well, that is a big check you have to cut. But do you have to buy a whole Bitcoin, for example, which I never would, but, no, people buy fractional. Now, in the case of Bitcoin, I don't think it gets more expensive as you buy fractional. And in the case of gold, it does. The smaller the denomination, typically the higher the premium on a converted basis to 1 ounce. So the question of the day is, do you buy fractional gold? Do you think gold is too expensive and therefore buy fractional gold? A half ounce, a quarter ounce, a tenth ounce, a gram, a 20 franc, a $5 commemorative, a fractional Krugerrand. Do you buy fractional gold? Are these prices putting you off? They certainly are putting me off because I think silver is the better buy, but you may think gold is the better buy, and if you do you buy fractional gold, or do those premiums turn you away? Now, keep in mind, some of those premiums can come back when you sell it before you answer. I look forward to hearing your answer. And these questions, I think, are very instructive for people in general and new stackers. And when I ask them, you just have to scroll through the comments the next day and see what people say. I asked the question the other day about silver or gold, and it was overwhelmingly positive for silver. Now, maybe that's because I attract those people, because I'm positive on silver. But for those saying that silver is a bum deal, that everybody's selling, that you should be discouraged by it, that $32 silver is, a pain in the ass. I mean, come on. All I know is when I ask the question, more people are buying silver than gold for lots of reasons. And I'm not saying not to buy gold. I recommend a 50-50 ratio in your stack. Right now, I'd be heavier in silver than gold because I'd be trading it out if I were at 50-50, which I'm not. But anyway, fractional or not on gold. It's not really a question about silver. It's a question about fractional gold. Let's get on to the deals. And everything is so expensive these days. I don't know what to tell you. Let's just pick a few things. Don't forget to file your taxes, guys, and your property taxes as well. Those returns are due. A 1 gram gold in assay over at BGASC is 1,113. Actually, this is varied condition, any mint, and it could actually be out of assay as well. And I'm not sure if you care about that as well, but it's getting so pricey I had to throw that up there. And here it is again. I put it in twice. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to give you a BU in assay in the first one and the any condition in the second one. Screwed that up. 1/10 Gold Eagle, 343 at Summit Metals. A 1/10 Gold Maple, 356 at Summit Metals. Why are maples selling for more than eagles? Go figure that one. Is that a tariff story? Bullion is excluded from the tariffs. I don't know what's up with that. 5 gram, which you can also pick up the metric sizes, which are often cheaper on a melt basis than the sovereign coins. 545. Just don't grab a fake, okay? Be sure you're getting that from a reputable seller, and check it out when you get it if you buy gold in assay. Quarter ounce Gold Eagle this morning, 859 at Summit Metals. Quarter ounce Krugerrand is 851 at Summit Metals. Let's move up to a $5 commemorative alternative to a quarter ounce Gold Eagle. $7.89 for a 0.24 ounce of U.S. sovereign gold. Nothing wrong at all with those. I've bought many of those and traded them as well. Okay, half ounce Gold Eagle you can get for 1,668 at Summit Metals. Half ounce maple is 1,691 at Summit Metals. What is going on with Maples, guys, I don't get it. Half ounce gold Britannia is 1,677 at Monument Metals. They're all interchangeable. These sovereign gold coins. If you're not getting U.S. gold, I feel that all the other countries' gold coins are very interchangeable. I'd probably get the cheapest one. A 1 ounce gold eagle is 3,296 at Summit Metals. Aren't you glad you bought a while ago? A gold eagle over at Walmart is 3,356, and then take your credit card discount to get that cheaper. A Buffy is 3,336 at Summit Metals, and the U.S. Mint is fresh out of Buffalo's. A 1 ounce gold maple is 3,296. Now they're finally getting a little cheaper over at Summit Metals, 3,296. If you want to pick that up on Walmart, you can pick that up for 3,336. And then if you have the PayPal card, I recommend check out through PayPal, get 3% off. You'll be at 32.36, which is pretty close to spot this morning. Walmart can be tricky because they will charge you sales tax. They'll cancel your orders. They'll accuse you of being a flipper or a bullion dealer. So I may not show Walmart for a whole lot longer here. There's a lot of disappointment with Walmart. I think eBay is a much better bet for deals, but anyway, that is there if you want to give that a try. 1 ounce gold Britannia is 3,297 at Monument Metals. Get them before they're gone. A 1 ounce Krugerrand is 3,246 at Bullion Exchanges. Nothing wrong with that. The 100 Corona, if you're interested in that, 3,185 at Monument Metals. That's 0.98 ounce of gold. Let's get on to gold in assay. 1 ounce is at Walmart today is 3,318, about 3,218 if you have that 3% rebate credit card. Platinum catching a bid. The Platinum Eagle now 1,140. You really think people are going to buy gold and see gold run and platinum won't run? I got to tell you, boomers get a bad reputation, but every boomer on earth remembers when platinum was worth more than gold. That memory cannot be erased, and I don't think it's a buy for tomorrow. I hate the buy-sell spread on platinum, and this is a collector coin to boot, but you could do a lot worse than buying a whole mess of Platinum Eagles. You can now get, well, actually, you would probably get, I would probably buy the Platinum Eagle personally because I have an eBay store and I can resell it, and they go for $1,400 on eBay. But 1,035 for a random platinum coin. And if you got 50 ounces of gold, you may want to consider picking up a couple of ounces of platinum. For every ounce of gold, you can get 3 ounces of platinum, and you got to put that away for 5 years. Okay, you can't cry if that goes down tomorrow, but. It's worth consideration. I have a little platinum, but don't get too crazy with it, in my opinion. Okay, a Silver Eagle is now 350 over spot at Summit Metals, 36.06. These are going to go into allocation mode, is my prediction. You're going to find them harder to find. In a quantity of 20, Pinehurst is coming through at 35.07. A monster box, 34.67. That is an unreal good price, unless we find something better on eBay. We are getting some complaints about Pinehurst lately. Get into the chat room and check out all the complaints about Pinehurst, canceling orders, sending inferior quality products. I haven't heard a complaint about their Silver Eagles. I'm going to have to let you sort that out in the comments section of the chat room. Often it comes when they misprice something on Walmart or so forth. A lot of mispricing on Walmart, and they probably will cancel your order if that happens. And then you can get as mad as you want, but it won't matter. They'll send you a $5 coupon for your for your anger. Let's keep going here. Off-quality Eagles, you can still find them. They are 34.46 at Hero Bullion. Maybe cheaper on the 3 coin shops on YouTube, I recommend. Green light is strong green here, guys. I feel that silver is going to make a run. I know it was at 34 a while ago. It dropped back to in the 28s. Everybody thought it was going to 23. That's what they do every single time. The shorts collected their money, and now they're slowly covering those shorts. Like I said, 2 big gaps to fill in the silver market. Gold is running. The only thing giving us trouble is recession on the horizon. But if we get the tariff story out of the way, that could reverse very quickly. Rhetoric tends to change very, very fast. Okay, we have got a silver maple at 34.95 at Hero Bullion. We've got a kangaroo at 34.80 at Summit Metals. They're all pretty consistent here. You may get a better deal on Walmart, on Britannia's. You can click these links in my website. Matter of fact, you can follow along with my videos. Bring up the website and follow along, and you'll be right there where I am, except there will be probably an hour differential between when I record this and when you see it. Okay, let's keep going here. What's going up with the libs? The libs are now going for 38.61. They were 37 a couple days ago. You're going to watch these premiums rise on silver and everybody be shocked. Nothing up on Costco. Don't know what's up there. In the junk market, if you can't get Eagles, you probably ought to buy junk. Here we got $10 face at 23.18 times face. The melt on junk with a spot price. Let's get a current spot price. I don't think they're going to be able to hold silver down. I really don't. 31.47. And where am I versus 31.47 is about 22.5 times face is your melt on junk. Buy as much of it as you can if you're still buying right now. Let's keep going here. There's some Mercs for a little bit more. The Bullion Exchange's 20 rounds at lot is at spot is still out, but it may come back. If you want to pick up some junk, some buffaloes, beautiful Sunshine Mint buffaloes at Pinehurst, 20 or 32.76. All right, and let's just do a kilo. A kilo is 1,056 this morning, up about $30 in a couple days. And the random Perth Mint kilo coin is 1,081 this morning at SD Bullion, about 40 bucks more than a bar. And if you don't like what you get, send it to me and I'll melt it for you. Hopefully it's 4 nines. Not sure about that. The grain is out this morning. Let's get on to eBay and pick up some stuff that we need. If you can't afford a precious metals verifier, you've got to pick up one of these pocket pingers. For God's sakes, they're only 35 bucks and they are very, very cool. And then you download the free app right here. Get yourself a pair of calipers, micrometers, whatever the hell you call them. I don't care. But you may want that as well. Okay, let's do Silver Eagles. This is what you came for. Can we find, oh man, I wish those culls would come back. Boy, you guys clean them out of culls. We got a tube of 20 at 36.15 from a good seller. 35.15 out the door. No, not going to do it. Got to buy a lot maybe. Buy a lot, 35.75. 34.75 out the door for 100 nice quality BU Silver Eagles. No culls at all anywhere in sight. Tube of 25 maples is $8.75. 25 Britannia's cheapest price is $8.59. Kangaroos, $8.69. Krugerrands, $8.74. We're going to have to go back to was it the Britannia's? $8.59. All right, from Pinehurst Coins, these are brilliant uncirculated, random, 2023 kangaroos. Okay, nothing to be misunderstood about that. $8.59 on Britannia's comes out to $8.59 comes out to $33.37 out the door if you have a 3% rebate credit card, PayPal credit card, American Express, Clear Blue Cash, or you may have some other credit card you like better, but make sure you don't cap out on those. PayPal only caps at your credit limit, not like American Express, which caps at 6,000. Okay, pardon me, I got the hiccups. Let's keep going here. Let's do junk. Junk, and we've been finding some good deals on junk lately. Try to beat the market here. Rosie's $5. No, we want $10 face. And let's see about this seller. This is a good seller, pretty good feedback. And these are nice looking quarters, 24 times face, 23.25 times face. Whatever, about 75 cents over melt, something like that. Okay, in a big old lot, how big can we get? A lot here. Let's get away from the hold and the damaged. and you want dates, baby, dates. Okay, the dimes are back 23.43, 22.75 times face from Liberty Coin, and good seller, good feedback. Or you decide if you don't like them, that's okay, but they're going to have dates. And they're going to be dimes. Dimes are better than quarters. 22.3 gets you to 22.7 or so. And that is very close to melt on that right there if you like junk. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, Carson City Morgans. Have they brought the price down on the MS65 Carson City Morgans? These were under 500 bucks the other day. You got to get an NGC. Here's one for 510, and this is a long-term hold. That's a righteous coin, a good collector coin, and the Carson Cities are a key, just a key numismatic collectible. Don't do the sets, guys. Just get the money coins. That's what I'd recommend if you're putting a bunch of money into numismatics. And if you want to screw around, you can get a high relief piece dollar for $1,500, or you can get this is what I meant to click, a $50 piece dollar in MS64 in the slab. Actually, more like 60 bucks. These are getting a little pricier, aren't they? Yeah, about 65 now if you want a PCGS. The prices are coming up on the piece dollars. That's interesting. There's a lot of those piece dollars. Okay, so don't think that's going to be valuable tomorrow. How about a cheap kilo? A cheap kilo this morning is 1077, 1047 out the door from BGASC. Get you old beat up crummy kilo. It doesn't matter. I didn't do the vintage bar of the day, and you guys didn't buy this Canada Engelhard. You going to make me buy it? Come on. God, that's beautiful at 450. That is just, look at the pore lines on that. Holy mackerel, how does the back look? Oh, bubble back as well. That's a pretty bar, guys. Okay, maybe you don't like it. All right, let's do a large lot, small lot of rounds, 33, 35, 32, 35 out the door. Let's do a large lot of rounds. I don't know why I have that backwards. 33, 19, 32, 19 out the door for stackable Morgans. Those stackable rounds are very, very cool if you like that deal. All right, let's get on to the gold. Hold on one second. All right, looks like China has raised their tariffs back on us. So, yeah, it's basically a trade embargo with China at the moment, and the market doesn't seem to care that much. Okay, let's keep going here. We can get a couple of golds in before the PPI comes out. 1 gram gold and, 14 karat. What is that? Okay, 114. Who are these guys? Twin City Gold, fair feedback. Okay, you can get a gram of gold here for 114. That'd be about 112 out the door for an itty bitty gram of gold. For you itty bitty gold buyers, nothing wrong with buying itty bitty gold, in my opinion. I think you can get those premiums back sometimes. Okay, and don't think that they're going to go down. Fractional gold is, the premiums are just going to rise. Now they're going to rise on the buy side. That doesn't mean they have to rise when you sell them, but generally the tide lifts all boats. Okay, this gold Philharmonic, much more expensive today, $348, but you can get that for $338 out the door. Not bad. Let's go on to a quarter ounce random gold. And how cheap can we get quarter ounce gold this morning? I gotta fix this listing and eliminate the jewelry. Don't buy jewelry, guys. Let's see, unless that's the only way you can get your wife to stack, then buy as much as you can. Okay, we got a gold maple at $845. It is a good seller, good feedback, free shipping. All right, ta-da. That is nice. Okay, that's a little old baby gold maple. That is $345. 25 bucks off puts you at about it's $845. 25 bucks off will put you at about $820 on a quarter ounce gold maple. If you want to know what those sell for retail, quarter ounce gold maple is going for I don't have one in here. I don't know why I don't have one. Well, compare that to a quarter ounce gold eagle. Those are going for $859. I think the maples are probably going for more than that. $820 would put you 30, 40 bucks under market. So this one here, this gold maple, that's a buy. That's a buy for you itty bitty gold buyers. Okay, $845 ain't itty bitty, but you know, that's a tube of eagles these days. You know, I mean, have a little gold in your stack. I know it's very expensive, but what the heck? That's pretty cheap. If you get it under market, how bad can you get hurt? Okay, let's keep going to the gold. That was the quarter ounce gold. That was a good one. Let's go to the half ounce maple. I'll let you do the comparisons. The way you use the website is you look at the prices above at the very top, which are the best price on the internet from the big dealers for BU gold. And then you compare that to the eBay prices once you have a good rebate credit card. If you don't have a 3% rebate credit card, get one. Okay, and if you don't like credit, well, then get it anyway and pay it off as soon as you buy it. Tell Dave Ramsey to stick a needle in his eye because these credit cards pay off, guys, but you can't run a balance. You just can't. Please don't do that. Okay, half ounce maple is $17.37. In this case, we would take about $50 off, and that would put us at about $16.87 on a gold maple. You can do the comparison. Let's go up to a Buffy, huh? How cheap are the Buffaloes? Ooh, $33.50. What we got here? It is a good seller, good feedback, $7 shipping, an MS69. They got the booby prize, right? Don't have any 69s in your stack unless they're Morgan pre-$33. No, that's the booby prize of stacking. They want to get rid of it. $33.50. Okay, you make him a low ball offer. You see, but or you can also just put that in your cart. Sometimes they will make you offers, and then maybe you get that for $3,300. Maybe you get it for $3,200 out the door. So play with this guy here, and PPI is coming out. I'm excited about the Buffalo. All right, let's keep going here. The Tudor. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, March PPI minus 0.4 versus plus 0.2. So well under estimates, inflation coming down. Looking in the rear view mirror, tariffs are going to raise things, of course, but if we don't import anything from China, then maybe prices won't go up and the shelves will just go bare. March PPI ex food and energy minus 0.1 versus plus 0.3. Look at those inflation numbers coming down. That will do something to the market. Let's see. We'll check it right after I look at the Tudor coins. Okay, Ugly Bull is $8.70 for the quarter ounce. Ugly Unicorn $8.78. Beautiful Dragon is $8.82. You should have bought it yesterday and take about $28 off of that to get your melt to get your out the door price. But I like the 1 ounce. Oh, look at that. There's the Lion. Got a quarter ounce Lion here. Look at that. The Lion is going for a lot more than the other coins. So I guess I should have bought those after all. Thought I bought one. No, I canceled the order, I think. I don't know. I can't remember. I was going to collect the series, and then I decided not to. Where's the 1 ounce coins? Okay, $33.63. That's going to be about $32.63 out the door for the Unicorn, but get the Dragon for $33.80, guys. What is a Lion going for? That's the Panther. It's kind of goofy. Where's the Lion? So somebody, oh, look at that, $34.31 on the Lion. I did not know that the first coin in that series was going to do that. Okay, so we got very constructive inflation measures here, and gold flying up $55 now. 55, yep, 55. Silver up 37 cents, and that means the GSR would have dropped a little, would have gone up a little bit. I don't know, that's pretty good news on inflation, but that doesn't tell you what it'll be a month from now. Let's keep going. Oh, I think I'll wrap up on the gold there. And if you want something in my eBay store, ask me for a friend discount. There's a bar that I pour. Here's a precious metals verifier. Here's the vacuum sealer. I like those. Here's a way to buy Rolex watches and whatnot if you believe in that kind of tangible asset. I think prices on some of these collectibles, whether they be watches or vintage guitars or other thing, are taking a hit because the economy has taken a hit. So you may be able to pick up some tangible assets on the cheap if you check that out. You may be surprised by what collectible watches or vintage guitars, etc., are selling for. You may want to put that on your radar. I collect many, many tangible things, and happy I do. Okay, let's do Devil Forge. There it is, very cheap. Here's the Amex card. Get this, they're going to give you $250 cash back after you spend a couple grand. They have other kicker deals. I got $30 on groceries the other day. It works on Amazon. It's 3% cash back. when you check out through PayPal. If that ever stops working, you guys let me know. All right, and here's the PayPal card, unlimited cash back. All right, people are just making hay with this, and there are people getting, multi-thousand-dollar credit limits with this card. The better your credit, the more you use it, the more they're going to raise your credit, and just make hay with that 3% unlimited cash back. I challenge you to find another card that gives you 3% cash back unlimited. Some have, good deals, maybe 5%, but they cap out at such a low level you can't really buy gold with it. Or maybe you buy fractional gold. I don't know. So, yeah, okay. Let's keep going. Quicksilver card is good. I'm buying a meat slicer right now. I'm using my Quicksilver Kicker deals, which is an extra 4% off on eBay right now. It doesn't work for metals, or at least 9 out of 10 times it doesn't. It's a great card for these kicker deals. So I'm buying a $250 meat slicer. I'm using my 4% kicker deal from Quicksilver. I'm checking out with my Wells Fargo 2.5% cash back. I canceled my PayPal credit card because they earmarked me, and they don't like me no more. So I had to get rid of mine. But it doesn't mean, you could check out with a 3% credit card. I'm happy with my 2.5% credit card. It's good enough. That is the Alliant Credit Union credit card. And Wells Fargo is 2% cash back if you like that one. I also have that one. So, yeah, you get 4% off when you buy something big on eBay. And of course, I'm buying an open box meat slicer. I'm going to get into jerky very heavily here, and also for the dogs. You can buy these frozen, marked down turkeys and stuff, and make treats for your dogs and whatnot. And we have a big budget for dog food and dog treats, so I'm trying to take a hatchet at that. Anyway, I'm getting a big, nice meat slicer, and you get 7% off on something like that. So you click through Capital One, and then you check out with your PayPal card. You're 7% off. I'm buying an open box. That means it's going to be $120 less than the new ones they sell on Amazon. And that's how I do it. That's how I buy laptops. That's how I buy anything expensive. I think eBay is the bomb. For those that shop on Amazon, you're paying too much. Okay, let's keep going here. Why did I get into that? I don't know. Here's some other things you may want. The completer coin may be back. Let me see. I may have the wrong link here. So 10 ounce completer coin 2025, the new one. You don't want the round one? You can't afford that anymore. I bought so many of these, guys. Oh my God, I bought a bunch of those. Sometimes you see a flip that's unbelievable. Now, at the time, I was selling them for $450. Now look what they're selling for, $1,000. Believe it or not. That's a 10-ounce coin. That's a 10-ounce coin going for $1,000. Sometimes you hit it right with the flips, sometimes you don't. But when you don't, you still have silver. Okay, and they weren't that much over spot when they came out. Maybe a little bit over. All right. So what the hell was I looking for? I'm looking for. Let me go now. What I will do sometimes is I'll check images. That can be an easier way to spot the coin that you're looking for. And I don't see it up here. Let me add something like Royal Square. Maybe that'll tease it out. All right, I found it the other day and I put it in the chat room. I can't find it now, so let me keep going. But that's completer coin. That's a good flippable coin in the future. Be sure you vacuum seal it. Odin coins are not hot at the moment. People keep coming out with lower prices on these. And they were pushing 450 on eBay. Now they've come back. Somebody is selling more. So you're going to have to wait for that to go all the way out of stock for that to work. Remember the 1 ounce chiclets? Try to buy a 1 ounce chiclet now. Yeah, man. Boy, I talked about these so much. And we were getting them at, I don't know, 28 bucks, something like that. Actually, I paid 28 and I thought I paid too much. I think they even got cheaper after that. Good long-term hold on the Germania Mint chiclets, and first year is always good for anything Germania. Okay, the silver koala sale. What am I talking this morning? Why am I talking about stuff that you can't even buy? Hold on a second. Let's just get and wrap this thing up. Okay, 3 dealers on YouTube I recommend. Check them all out. Vermilion, Minot, and Coinhuskers. Brian hates silver, so take it off his hands, would you? Okay, and here we go. Please support my work with subscriptions to Bolden, used to be called newretirement.com, and they have a free trial as well, and you can plan the slope of your retirement curve, putting all your assets in there, everything you own, and map it over time, put in your assumptions, and find out whether you'll be able to retire or not, or how much money you'll have in 10, 20, 30 years. It will pay for itself 1,000 times over. And they are a supporter of this website. Thank you for the cups of coffee. Click this link and you can get me a cup of coffee. I appreciate you guys very much for the coffee. And I've had way too much this morning. I've been up since like 1 in the morning for some reason. Okay, and you can join the membership family. Welcome new members. I try to reward new members with cheap silver if you'd like to buy that from me that I personally pour, or you can just be a supporter of the channel by clicking the join button here. And when you do that, you can pay $4.99 a month is what that's going to cost. And I appreciate each and every one of you that tithe back to the channel that way. I don't take money from the big bullion dealers. I don't tell you to go shop at SD Bullion or AppMex or Pimbex or somewhere else. But believe me, that is very, very lucrative for the channels that do. Okay? So help me out here. You know, websites are expensive. Chat rooms are expensive. My time is, well, that's cheap because I'm retired. But help me out here, guys, any way you can. All right, on Amazon, here's my Amazon store. You can pick something up there you like. And what else we got here? Anything else to look at? The chat room. Oh, here's that 4% back on the Capital One card. That's a nice, nice deal. All right, and you don't want to know what they pay for silver at JM Bullion? Don't sell it there. What's going on in the chat room? People are just, you know, thinking the price of gold is too much. They're going to stop buying gold. I don't know, man. It is just on such a run. But you can still buy fractional gold, and don't think new stackers. You know, nobody collects gold. What is it? Less than 2% of people in the country have any gold at all. And if you offer people a Hershey bar or a gold bar, they'll take the Hershey bar. They're stupid. They're just stupid about gold. But by the same token, don't be the guy, you know, I know nobody on this channel, but on the chance that somebody is finding this and you just got done looking at the TV set from U.S. Gold Bureau or Glenn Beck or Dave Ramsey or whoever's pitching gold on the TV, don't do that. Learn how to buy gold with low premiums. Okay, don't buy slabbed pre-33 gold just because you know, someone on the TV is saying it's a great investment and a legacy for the kids. Anything you see, to you new people that are here, anything you see on TV is a ripoff, bar none. Okay, so you check the links on my website. You'll see what the price of gold and silver should be. And that's where I think you ought to be buying it. And should you be buying war nickels? Hell no, I wouldn't buy a war nickel with your money. Sorry about that, guys. I know you like your war nickels. Maybe someday the premium will come up on that. I don't know, but that's how I feel about war nickels. People get ripped off so bad on war nickels just because they get them at spot. I'm not saying you're paying spot. If you're paying 30% under spot, then you're doing okay. But just don't mess with war nickels. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But I used to say that about Cull Eagles as well. I've been an Eagle snob my whole life, only wanting the BU, the best BU, and the collectible years as well, like 2021. And I've changed my mind on that. Now I'm kind of a believer in Cull Eagles. You know, my attitude may change. Maybe you'll prove me wrong on that. But for you new guys, don't think you're getting a deal when you get a war nickel at spot. Okay, back to wrapping up now that I got your thumbs down on that. That's it. Thumbs up, please, if you like this. And subscribe if you want this punishment every day, seeing stuff you can't afford. And send it to your friends. Share the video. That helps me a lot. And I do appreciate it. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you in the chat room. You can always find me on my email, losinglouis@yahoo.com. And enjoy these prices. And I think we're going to make a run here. I know everything in the world seems like down. But I got a feeling about silver right here. Let's check it again. Those gaps are calling to me on the chart. I don't think this is going to hold. Oh, I know gold is outshining silver right now. And hell, it could be $4,000 tomorrow. But you know what? You could blink and silver could be 50. And right here it's 31. And today's 31 is like a few years ago, 14. Remember that when we had the sell-off? They couldn't get it down below 29 for more than a minute when we were in crash mode, and we actually, I guess we're out of crash territory on the S&P right now. But all they could manage was 29. Think about it. Okay, the last time we had a crash, silver went to 12. This time it's 29. Maybe it'll revisit 29. Maybe it'll go lower, but I see lots of upside in silver here. And before they raise the premiums, especially on the Silver Eagles, you want to pick some up, guys. Okay, I'll get out of here. Thanks. Bye.